What's up? We in here, MicCheckM.I.A Sports Edition. It's your host Conrad, man, as usual. In here solo today, London B not here, but my producer editor is always lurking in the background. But hey, today we got a special guest on here, man. Jordan McRae, professional NBA overseas basketball player, man, from Liberty County, Georgia, dog. What's going on, bro?
Man, yeah, what's going on, dog? I appreciate you having me on here for sure, man.
Oh yeah, man. I'm a basketball guy. I met you in the gym when you was a youngster, and you was like, man, I'm playing with the grown folks, and I was like, who this little dude? But you was ready back then. So, I was just started this segment of the show just trying to reach out to the primetime athletes from our area, just trying to talk to them, get insight, let them share their story, and also, just trying to get everybody that don't know you to know you, especially like in the Georgia area who may not know you that well. They not just know you by name or face, just know about hearing about you or whatever. Just getting that little story out, man. So first thing first, man, we're gonna start with Liberty County High. Start with Liberty County High, man. We're not gonna dip into it a whole lot, but we're gonna start with Liberty County High. So, hey, your career started as you know it, knowing that you was probably gonna be an NBA player or a professional player at some point. Would you agree that started at Liberty County High School or before?
I have to give a lot of credit to Leonard and Coach Jesse, first and foremost. My parents didn't know nothing about basketball. I was the first, one of my family to really play. So he told my dad going into my 9th grade year that I was gonna go to college for free. Mm-hmm. And my dad's response was, "Do you think he's that good?" You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I was just playing it for the fun and the enjoyment, But like you said, going into Liberty, my sophomore year, I started varsity that year. I think I averaged like 23, 24 a game.
Yeah.
So at a young age, I had the confidence, I had the swag for sure. So you know what I'm saying? So I kind of started thinking I was a pro probably around then.
Around about high school.
Yeah, about my sophomore year.
Yeah, because I remember my guy, Coach Matt Color, he knew, he was telling me about you. He wasn't coaching. I don't think he was coaching. He might have been coaching you. You middle school, you were in the Midway Middle?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think he might have been coaching out there, Coach Matt. But he was telling me about you. He was like, man, that's a young dude out there, man. I ain't gonna lie. He was like, man, he get on my nerves, man, but this joker can play. I was like, man, who is he? He was like, man, it's like this kid named Jordan, man. He didn't ever say your last name. And then, like I said, later on, I remember bumping into you in the gym, and you was like, you was coming over there with older guys was there, and you was like, man, I'm tired of playing over there. I want to play over here. And I was like, man, I looked down. He was like, and you was like, man, who got next? And I'm like, man, this little joker ready to hoop, man. I was like, all right. But ever since then, I've heard a lot of great things about you. And then, on the flip side, you end up going to Tennessee. So let's dive into that decision process, because I know you had a lot of schools coming after you, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, what made Tennessee the choice? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I had a lot of, like you said, man, I had a lot of schools, but honestly, I didn't enjoy the process of being recruited at all. I hated it. Coming from a small town like that, I didn't really enjoy people calling my phone all the time. Sometimes I would be in class doing shit I wasn't supposed to do. I look up, it's a college coach looking in the window, man, at the door. They coming, I'm getting to school at 7. They already talking to Coach Graham at 6. I didn't enjoy that, man. For me, it was
that microscope.
It was an honor, but back then I had such a small town mindset. I wanted to be the best in Hinesville, the best in Savannah. That was my goal. Yeah. So once I got on that, then it was being ranked in the country, you know, a lot of guys, I'm getting home from school, I'm uploading where I'm ranked at every day to see if it changed. And that type of pressure was just a lot. So when I went to Tennessee to visit, you know, I loved it. It was a college atmosphere. I think they played. It was a Kentucky game. So obviously the game is packed, sold out. You know what I'm saying? So I committed my junior year, and it was for me. It was a load off because I wasn't a fan of that.
Oh yeah, that's like you said, it was an honor. I know it was an honor, but that's surprising to hear. Like I've never went through that myself because, you know, I played basketball. I only got recruited by like 3 schools. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really imagine how that would get on your nerves when you want it so bad. But at the same time, I see what you're saying. Like you in class and a joker peeking in. It's like you don't got no privacy
at the window.
Yeah. Already in high school, you don't have any privacy. So do you think that was kind of like setting you up to be a professional in a way?
It was, you know, like you just always under a microscope at all times. And then, you know, sometimes when you playing Hinesville, you know, you trying to put on for the people at the barbershop, your homeboys in class. But for me, for Ryan back then, the coach from the University of Miami is here tonight.
Yeah.
This person here tonight. So it's like I had to learn early on, somebody is watching me every step of the way. And everything I do, it was going to be in the newspaper or it was going to be somewhere. So I had to figure it out early on.
Oh, okay. Now that's what's up. I mean, and speaking of Ryan, I've been around Liberty County for a while. I say that y'all was probably the best tandem I remember. It was a bunch of good players that came through there, but when I could honestly say a tandem, they had some nice tandems back in the day, but y'all had that mesh. I believe all y'all was missing was one big man, just one.
Man, we were. I always say this, and I can't wait to see the comments when it come out about what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
But we were close. A lot of us, because we started our AAU team because of Jaquez. That's why AAU team got started anyway.
Yeah.
Quez was in 7th grade playing with the 10th graders. So Quez, he needed a team.
Yeah.
So we all grew together. But if we could have band together, myself, Jordan Johnson, Chris Riley, Quez, that team that it was built around, and we could all went to high school together, it would have been special. But everybody wanted to be the man at their own spot, you know, which is cool. But me and Ryan, like you said, me and Ryan played together from 7th grade all the way to our last year.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what? I agree with what you just said though, because I didn't know that, but what I'm saying is I'm starting to see in this day and age with the way the NBA is and guys moving around and kids watching that, and the colleges are starting to move around, and even on the JUCO level, my son playing JUCO, and even on that level, they just move. I mean, they moving around on that level anyway, but it's just so much movement in team sports right now, especially in basketball. And the kids are starting to see that it's all the way to the high school level. And like you're saying, if y'all could have stayed together, y'all could have did something really, really special. Because the guys you naming, that's a heck of a group.
But as you know, that competition, it ran so deep. When I go to Schumann on Sunday, I go to Liberty, you go here. We like this, which was cool. But once that school season it got together, I felt like it would have been Liberty County as a whole would have been just better at certain points if we could have all been together or found a way to go to one school. I feel like the championships, it could have been endless. Like you said, we were a big man away. DJ Felder was at first prep, point guard away. Jaquez, Jordan Johnson, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but it is what it is.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is now, and everybody went off and did the things.
Everybody did their thing, for sure.
Yeah, everybody did their thing, you know. And you know what? I actually enjoyed the battle between you and Jordan Johnson and college. I thought that was cool to see.
I thought it was dope.
Yeah, that was real cool to see, man. Now,
for me,
go Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, just for me to have, for us to play like that on the Division One level against each other,
Mm-hmm.
both coming from there, that was dope.
Yeah, that was real dope. So I mean, you moved on to college, man, and your college experience, man. Just dive into how much you want to, let people know about your college experience, right quick.
Man, it's so funny, man. It's so much shit that people just don't know.
Yeah.
And my freshman year, I told everybody when I left my senior high school, I want it done. I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
going. I'm going to the league. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I thought I was that. I was that nice. And
Yeah.
I was good. I was really good. But
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that college experience my freshman year at all.
Mm.
They were too physical, too big, talent wise. My mindset, I had that Hinesville dog in me. I was good.
Oh
Now
yeah.
I think I went to college, man. I think I went into college 135, 140.
Oh wow.
I couldn't play like that, man. My freshman year, that was my first time in my life. I wasn't a man on my team, let alone not being a man. I didn't play. Freshman year,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't touch the court. I think I got suspended, tried to fight someone on the bus. I got suspended for like 3, 4 weeks. But my whole thing was, man, I'm letting down on Hinesville. That was
Mm-hmm.
a thing for me. I carried that 912 with me.
Yeah. With you.
It's my freshman year. I didn't play. Sophomore year, I play with a chip. I've always people call it attitude, which you
Mm-hmm.
can. I don't really care. I'm 30 now. I can care less what you call it. But
Yeah.
I play with a lot of character.
That Hinesville
This
dog,
is
man.
this is this is what I've always done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't really done much other than this. So I play with that with that passion. So anyway, my sophomore year, I played a little bit. My going into my junior year that summer, I told my parents, I said, "Yo, I'll call y'all back." My parents used to call me every day. I said, "I'll call y'all back in about a month." I said, "I'm good. Don't worry about why he ain't calling." I said, "I'm good." I said, "I want to do this in my life, and I gotta lock in. I gotta take steps, and I just need to focus." My junior year, I didn't even start until January. I went from averaging like 12 points to taking off like 25, 26 a game. And after that, SEC Player of the Year, and for everything else, it was on after that.
Yeah. Then it became a blur. Now you just in here putting in work.
Bro, I just needed that one game. We
Yeah.
played Memphis. I never forget the game. We played Memphis on ESPN. Tennessee, Memphis, a big
Yeah.
rivalry. Memphis is blowing us out, 80 to
Mm.
60. And so I'm on the court. I was like, I might as well try something. Our best players, they playing terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I might as well try something. I just start going there hooping. I had
Yeah.
about 24 in the second half.
Mm.
So for me, I was like, well, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like all these
Yeah.
dudes on the court, he supposed to be a lottery pick. Will Barton on the court, Tyreek Black.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, it's easy. So after
Yeah.
that game, it was history after that.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that was the squad with Will Barton. Okay.
Yeah, that was Chris Crawford, Will Barton,
Yeah.
Joe Jackson. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
That was that squad. Okay. Okay. And so you went in against them, and that's when you kind of realized, what I'm saying, not only am I where I need to be, I belong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
sure,
belong.
100%.
Okay. So after that, I remember, your senior year, that was kind of like that year you went kind of into in the playoffs. I went kind of deep in the playoffs.
Yeah,
You had a
yeah,
little
we
run.
did. I wanted to leave my junior year.
Yeah.
We didn't get in the tournament. I
Mm.
won SEC Player of the Year, but going into that, you can't really leave like that if you go into the NIT.
Yeah.
So I didn't leave, but yeah. So my senior year, we went to the Sweet 16. We lost by 2.
Yeah, I remember that because they passed it to the big man.
Darnell.
Yeah, Darnell, I have nothing against that because he's an aggressive kid, but you was on that game, and
I
I
was
felt
on.
like you should have got the ball. And I was
Yeah.
blowed that play actually got ran because it was like kind of like a thing where he was catching it out for a jumper, or he can kind of try to cut back door and post
He
up
did like a
type of
charge.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He charged somebody.
and it ended up being a
Yeah.
charge. And I was like, why in the world did you do that when this
It's so
man hot?
crazy. I asked my coach that, me and my college coach was close. I might have asked him that like 6 years afterwards. We had a game in Golden State. he coached at Cal.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you give him that ball like that? And
Yeah.
he told me, but, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, sometimes when you coaching, because I've done that myself, coaching AAU ball, sometimes you trying to catch the team off guard. And
He was.
Yeah.
And he figured Jarnell could get fouled. He's close to the basket. He's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand it now. But in the moment, he dropped the play. I'm like, man, I'm trying to win. He like, Jarnell got it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, whoever got it, I don't care.
Yeah. But still, you know, when you on fire, man, that's just natural, man. You looking like, all right, man, I'm going with this play, but I really think I need to have the rock in my hand. But you know, okay.
Yeah.
But
I probably should have,
yeah, but hey, man, it is what it is, man. You had a terrific senior season, and everything went as planned, and then now you planning for the draft. And I remember in Hinesville, man, everybody was going crazy because, I mean, me personally, you're the first person that I know from this area to get drafted in the NBA. I've known some people who played professional football, and baseball, but I never knew anybody in the Liberty County area because I'm originally from Florida. So I've known of people from my area that go pro. I didn't know anybody in the area that I was living in, and you was the first. So you gave me that. You gave me that honor right there, man. As being the first person in my life that I actually knew and hooped against. And I have kids coming on barbershop all the time and still say to this day that that's weird to them that they actually was on the court with a guy that went to the NBA and went to the draft and stuff like that. So how did that make you feel, man?
Nah, man, it was like I said, a big part of mine I wanted to have. So the idea me and my mom and my parents had was going to do Hinesville. I went to St. James. My uncle was the pastor. That's like a family church.
Yeah.
So we were gonna do a small thing in St. James. Man, Conrad, it was trying to be 200 plus people in there, dog. And you know, throughout the draft. So what a lot of people don't know is some teams were talking about me going like between 30 and 35.
Yeah.
So I was pretty confident in the workouts I had. You know, I was doing my thing. The thing about them draft workouts, and we'll touch on it later. The reason why I knew Davion would get drafted so high, because in the draft workouts, Conrad, it's me and you.
Yeah.
Ain't no plays. Ain't no people coming off running plays for you to give a screen, to give a shot. No, it's me and you. It's you score, you take the ball. So in them draft workouts, I knew, I got an advantage over a lot of these dudes in Hinesville. We've been doing this forever.
Yeah.
We've been doing this one-on-one, roll the ball out, no pick and roll, no nothing.
No
I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah.
So things that people don't know is some teams will put out a list. So the night before, I may see, okay, I'm in the workout, Conrad's in the workout, this person. Some teams would release it days before. Some players who were top 10, they would see my name, and then they would not come. So that's how it works. The team that don't release their list, can run into anybody. I ain't gonna say his name, so I worked out for the Hawks, and I had a dude who was supposed to go top 5. It was just me and him in there. So I'm like, they didn't put out their list, so he didn't know I was gonna be there. I didn't know he was gonna be there. So I got in the gym that morning. I see him tying up his shoes, and it's just me and him. I said, "Oh yeah, it's on. Yeah, this is what I want." They called my agent and said, "We might not pick Jordan top 5, but we ain't going him. No." They said we didn't want him either. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's how it worked. So I was confident between 30 and 35, but my draft, I don't know if the stat still holds true to this day, but we had the most international guys drafted in my draft that year. So guys who were supposed to go top 20 would slide into 30. The 30 guys would slide into 40. The 40 guys would slide into 50. So I got 200. I got 200 people in the gym. So we get around 40. I'm texting my agent like, "Yo, what is going on? The whole party over here. I'm way over here on the side. I'm on the phone texting, on the phone. So it got to like, I think I was 57 or 58. It got to one of them picks. And my agent called me literally right before. He was like, "They're about to call your name." So I hung up. At this point, the whole party went from, texting now. Everybody's around every TV in there.
Yeah.
Because they know it's the last 3 picks.
Yeah.
Man, they called my name, man. You would have thought siren off, man. Everybody just screaming and yelling, and man, that experience, man, that was one of the most like I'm really getting
Yeah.
goosebumps
It was
talking about
intense.
it.
It was
Man, it was
intense.
intense, man. It was just like people hugging each other, high fiving, people crying, and it was it was dope. That was one of the most like dopest experience of my life. Like it was dope.
Yeah,
It was dope.
but see that lets you know how much you getting drafted meant to the community.
Yeah,
And
man.
you know what I'm saying? Because you put in the work, you deserved it, and you know you have people here that wanted that just as bad for you. You
Yeah,
see
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? They
For
wanted
sure.
that just as bad for you. Now you know you might have had a few haters out there, but who cares about that?
I mean,
You
you
know?
always do.
Yeah,
You always
you
do.
gonna have a little bit of that. And so I mean, you get drafted. I think who went? Was it Sarich?
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. Dario went like 6 or something. Dario Saric went 6 in my draft.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even come over for 2 more years. That's how
Yeah,
it worked. It's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yeah. Cause it was a lot of drafting stash that year. They draft those guys and stash them, or you know them guys like I did. My man from Australia, Exum. Did he come in that draft? Or that
I
wasn't
want to
him.
say Don. Yeah, you know, I know
Yeah,
Dante
Dante
came in that
Exum.
draft because I dunked on him in summer league.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He was there. He was there. I remember Dante Exum because it was a lot of guys who, you know, were international who didn't come. Some of them did come, and
yeah.
I think that was the year that when you got drafted. I would say that was a year that it was like that total submission of the NBA to the overseas player.
Yeah, man. It was like I said at the time. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it still holds true. But at that time, that was the most international players drafted. So I mean, it was. I mean, like I said, like in hindsight, of course, I think I should have got. I should have went higher. But in that moment, I didn't care if it was the last pick, if it was the first pick. Just hearing my name was called, that was the most important thing to me.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, in that moment,
so,
for
man.
sure.
But that's crazy. That process that you're talking about, man, of you playing one on one with someone, and they are empowered by someone to not show up
Mm-hmm.
because if you show them up, then it's gonna drop their stock.
It hurts them for sure.
Yeah. So that you know what? That's almost like the equivalence to a rec coach telling the
Yeah,
kid not to show up to the little pre-draft workout.
because
So
they don't want nobody to see them.
I don't want nobody to see him, and you're gonna be on my team, and I'm gonna pick you last, and you're gonna be with me. So it's kind of equivalent to that. So the politics is it's just always
Yeah,
from the bottom to the top, man. From the bottom to
I
the
mean,
top.
they man, and it's the agents at that level. Like they watch every game, they know what I am, who I am, what I do. You know, it's some guys that I knew I was in. I had them in my workout. I'm like, all right, tonight I'm off the phone at 9. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the bed at 10. I know what it is. I know
Yeah,
what it is. I just know. But that's why I knew Davion. Two was to be one or two things. He might do a lot of workouts by himself because
mm-hmm.
I'm like, ain't nobody out. If I had to work out with Davion back then, I don't know if I would have wanted to. You got he picking you up full court the whole workout. He bumping you. He physical. Like
Yeah,
when you in a workout, man, you ain't trying to do all that, man.
yeah.
You like you're trying to
He trying
no.
to
So
be smooth right now.
you
He's just
trying
trying
to
to
be
be
smooth,
smooth.
trying to show him what you got, and he picking you at half court. And the workouts is it's you, him, every coach, every GM, suits, people. It's everybody. Everybody's in the gym. They're watching y'all too the whole time. It might be 6 people. The most I ever had in workout was 6 of us, but they watching y'all too the whole time. They
Yeah,
just so I mean that process. You got to be really confident in yourself. And I tell kids all the time, like you got to work.
mm,
Like that process ain't no joke. Even after
yeah.
the things people don't know, after the process, after you do that, you go in there, shower. They take you upstairs in the meeting room, put you at this big old table. It's a camera facing towards you. It's everybody who work in the front office, from GM, assistant GM, coach. They just sit around the table. They ask you questions, ask you everything. The draft process, they call your ninth grade teachers.
Oh wow.
What kind of kid was he back then? They'll call a janitor at the school. Hey, have you ever encountered Jordan? Well, when you did, Did he throw his trash on the floor? Did he do this? I mean, it's intense, dog.
They really trying to dive into your character.
Man, they about to give you millions of dollars, man. They want to know who they're outside of the basketball player. They want to know who you are.
Yeah, who you giving that? Wow. So I mean, dang, that's a lot of that is intense, man. That's a lot of in the process. But I guess it's warranted because like you said, they're giving you $1 million. So once you got drafted, man, you got drafted to San Antonio. Now I actually, me myself, I was happy for you with the San Antonio. I was like, oh man, that's perfect. That's perfect. But then it was a trade to Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's how it went, right? It was a trade to Philly.
I got drafted, was celebrating. My agent called me like, "You're not going to San Antonio. You're going to Philly. They traded for you." Yep.
Yeah. So
I mean, I knew they were bad, so it wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know it, man. So the process of once you getting drafted and then going through that, now you, like you said, you seeing how the NBA is working. You seeing how it's a little topsy-turvy. And you went from seeing a team that's like, dang, man, I might fit with that because it's like D'Antoni, not D'Antoni, but
it was who was the coach? The Australian dude, Mike, not Mike. Brett Brown.
That's who was the coach then?
In Philly, yeah.
Yeah, in Philly. But San Antonio had the Hall of
Fame.
Fame.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
Coach Pop. Yep.
Coach Pop. So you got Pop over there. You got these guys that have won championships over there. I think was Kawhi there yet?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Kawhi was there for sure.
Yeah. So now you're talking about possibly going over there, and then now I got to go to Philly. Once you got to Philly, how did you feel about that Philly?
Man, me and my former agent now, I got a new agent, but my agent then, we had this conversation. We still talk, you know what I'm saying? He's my agent for the first 8 years of my career. We still talk. We had this conversation all the time. This is just things that people don't know what Philly was doing. I did all 4 years of college, so I'm about 22, 23 or whatever. Philly was signing everybody to these contracts, 4 years, non-guaranteed. The people I got drafted with was KJ McDaniels, Jeremy Grant, Dario Saric, and like Jakar Sampson. Yeah. So 4-year non-guarantee means every single year you have to meet these dates. So you're not on the team. You sign a 4-year contract, but you're not on the team. You have to make the team every year. Then if they cut you before January 10th or like an early date in January, if they cut you before that date, they don't owe you anything. So you just leave with what you got. So with me being a 4-year college guy, like I think Jeremy Grant was 19 at the time, maybe 20, KJ 20, Jakar 20. So they signed the deal. So this deal, Conrad, it really puts you in the whole. You can average 35 points a game your first year. You can't do nothing. They have you for the league minimum every single year. So I'm like, bro, I went to college 4 years. I just was first team all summer league. I said I'm not going to sign that. I said we don't want to sign that. They told me, well, we don't think that he's ready to play. My agent said, listen, if you don't think he's ready to play, then cut him. Cool, and I would have got picked up in a matter of a day. Not even that. At that time, it would have been a few hours before I got picked up by another team. They said we don't think he's ready, but we're not gonna let him go though either. So then I ended up. That's how I ended up in Australia. Brett Brown is from Australia. He had a connection in Australia. The team can watch me in Australia. So they said you can go to Australia for 6 months where the weather's good. It's the summer there in Australia. You can go to Russia where it's gonna be negative 20 degrees. I'm 23. I ain't got no family. I ain't never been gone that far alone by myself. And you can be there for 10 months. Yeah. It was a little more in Russia than Australia, but 6 months Australia, cool. I'll go to Australia. They told me that I have out in my contract. If I play well in Australia, I can get back before January 10th. Man, I'm in Australia killing. I'm dogging. I'm checking my phone every day. Man, A lot of my close friends know, my family know, Conrad, that's the most stressed out I ever was in my life. It was months in my apartment, Conrad. I didn't cut on a light in my apartment. I would go to practice, come home, and that was it. I went my whole life trying to get to the NBA. I did my part. I did my part in high school. I did my part in college. With summer league, I did my part. It had me so stressed out, man. I think I got sick. I got like the what's that disease? Not disease. The shingles. Man, I had got sick. I wasn't eating right. I was depressed out of my mind. It was crazy. It was crazy because I knew I did what I was supposed to do, and I wasn't getting what I deserved.
What you deserve, yeah. I mean, of course, us back home, man. Southeast Georgia, we felt the same way. Because what's the kid name from Savannah who was? I think he was playing for. He played for LSU.
Tim Quarterman.
Yeah, Tim Quarterman. So you and Tim were in the league at the same time, and we were kind of looking at it like, man, Tim is getting the opportunity, and Tim was more like, to me, he was a versatile guy who was also a spot up shooter. But then when I looked at you was a versatile guy who was a pure scorer. For us, it was a no brainer. Like, what I'm saying, like, what's going on? Well, we basketball people down here, so it's like, oh, we analyzing it. Well, maybe they may be saying Jordan too small right now. That's probably what they're saying. But you can't deny the scoring, because you're looking at a guy like Will Barton. You're looking at these other guys, Jordan Crawford, Jamal Crawford. These guys are slightly built guys. And it was like, okay, they give you guys these opportunities, so we know the opportunity there, but it got to be politics.
The worst thing that happened in my NBA career, and this is so crazy, the worst thing that happened in my NBA career was getting drafted. Because they owned me for like 2.5 years. We were asking for them to cut me, release me, trade me. We didn't care what they did. They wouldn't do it. So had I made first team all summer league and didn't get drafted, I could have brought the teams to my table and said, no, I don't want to go there. No, I want to go there. I want to go there.
And that's probably why you see got. No, go ahead. Now, what I was saying was
they just own you.
You're right, and that's probably why you see guys taking the bet on myself approach, because it's like, okay, if I go out here and instead of getting drafted, if I go to the summer league and just show out on the guys who are killed, then you're gonna say, hey, who is this guy? And then now I'm over everybody. That type of thing.
If you're gonna go in between that 55, 60, maybe a little bit further down, like 45, 60. Man, you really got game. You confident in yourself. Sometimes it's better. I mean, like I said, hearing my name called was the best feeling in my life. But now, in hindsight, older, it's like, man, I was bound. I couldn't do nothing.
Dang, that's crazy. So you're in a situation. You live in your dream, but like you said, it's coming with a lot of pressures early, and you dealing with it. And you persevering, you're in the summer league, and you. I think
anytime I hooped, I hooped.
Yeah, you hoop because you played G League as well, right?
So when I got back from Australia, they Philly. I went to Philly, and then they sent me down to their G League team.
Yo. And see, when you was there, didn't you score like a G League record of points and stuff like that?
Man, 61, man. 50. It was that became to that point when I was playing the G League was like, I'm talking to my agent like, yo, something got to shake, man. Like, this is too easy. You know what I'm saying? I don't belong here, but that was the necessary step I needed. The NBA journey, man. That NBA thing is it's stressful, man. It's no joke. Because no matter what you do, man, I've seen it, been there, heard it all, man. When I'm on that NBA wave, my phone don't stop ringing. You got everybody your fan, everybody your homeboy, everybody wants you. The year you don't play in the NBA, that phone ain't ringing. Everybody ain't hitting you. You got your select few people that still, they gonna watch and follow you. But many people, when you go somewhere, everybody want to talk to you. Now, he ain't, man, I done been every spot that you could imagine. Every high NBA champion, averaging my career most points, to not been in the league. So I know how it works.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. So your experience, man, is a value, man, to not only your area, but just to any youth that you encounter, man, because of
Sure.
just because of your experience, man. Just like I said, you've been to the mountaintop,
Sure.
and you know what I'm saying, you climb back down off the mountaintop and chose a different mountain,
Yeah.
so to speak, and you still a professional basketball player playing at a high end, high grade, high level, and all of that. So let's move on from that. Now, I do want to ask you about the Denver stop. You stopped in Denver for a little while, and they was super deep over there, and I was like, man, I like joining with this team, but this team is like stupid deep.
So funny, man. So trade deadline is at 3:00. So everybody in Washington, in the locker room, it's trade deadline. Everybody on their phone. Everybody in practice, they keep looking at the clock. They're on their phone. So you know me, I'm a clown. So I go in the locker room and say, hey, somebody in this locker room ain't gonna be in this locker room by 3. So one of them, they look at me, they said, J-Mac, it might be you. I said, it might be. So I stay in practice. We have practice. I shoot my shots after practice. I eat. I'm in the car. It's like I'm in my apartment. I'm about to be in my driveway in my apartment in Washington. The GM's calling me. I'm like, man, ain't this about it? I know what it is. It's 250.
Yeah.
Like, God. Answer phone. Hello. Oh man, Jordan, I'm so sorry. I'm like, man, where I'm going, man. I ain't trying to hear all that, man. Where I'm going. They like, you going to Denver. So, like you said, I knew Denver was a deep team. So people don't know how the trade thing works. My whole life is in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
My girl's in Washington. My child's in Washington. I got traded at 3. Denver's telling me they want me on a flight that night. Pack as much as stuff as you can, and you got to go. Yeah. So I wound up leaving that night. I get to Denver, and I'd seen it wasn't much playing time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not because my talent. They had their guys who paid their dues. I get it. So I have a meeting with the GM. He like, Jordan, we really like you. We see you in our future, but you're not gonna play. I hope you're comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we'll see. I'm averaging 12.5 right now, a career best. But me and Gordon Hayward's numbers are the same. Gordon Hayward goes on to get 95 million. So yeah, how it works. So I call my agent. So they're like, they're trying to play it like, would you rather go somewhere, play, and the team not be good? We'd rather wait here. We can possibly win a championship. I'm like, in my head, I'm talking to my agent like, listen, I want to win. I'm a winner. I've won a championship. I've done that. It's time for me to get paid. I'm out. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to go to Phoenix. A lot of people don't know how it works. Is the teams with the worst record, there's an order when you get waived, who can pick you first.
Yeah.
So Detroit had like the second pick, and Phoenix had the third. So we tell Detroit, don't pick me up. I don't want to come here. We said Phoenix has money. Phoenix is gonna let me play. The only score they got right now is D Book. I come off the bench behind D Book.
Yeah.
We want to go to Phoenix. Detroit says, okay, cool. We said we'll holler at y'all in the offseason. This same opportunities here. We'll holler at y'all then. They send my stuff to Denver. Sends all my shoes to Phoenix. They send everything to Phoenix. Detroit calls back and says, hey, D Rose just got hurt. We're gonna get him anyway. I'm like, I don't have a choice. They have the first option to pick me.
Yeah.
So we're like, damn. So I wound up going to Detroit. I landed in Detroit at 5:00. I have no shoes, no nothing. I get on the court and play that game that night.
Oh wow.
Yep. So I was never supposed to go. And what's so funny, ironically, Cameron Payne, he gets picked up in Phoenix. He goes on to be the backup point guard. He goes on and
And
So,
did all of what he did, and it revitalized his career.
and he
You know what I'm
wasn't supposed to
saying?
go there. He wasn't
Yeah, he
even
went.
supposed to go.
Yeah, and he wasn't even supposed to go. So that's what's up, man. So you giving us some insight on how that thing just move around, man. Like that's crazy.
I was never supposed to go to
man.
Detroit. I was never supposed to go there ever. And
So
then like
after
the rumors on you, people just assume you got cut. Teams are calling, what happened to Jordan? How he got cut there? What happened? We like, he didn't get cut. We asked to leave. Like, because when you get cut somewhere, they assume, oh well, we know Jordan's talented, so he must be some off the court. He must be getting in trouble on the court, or somebody's not getting along. So so we like, yo, I didn't get cut. I left.
Yeah, because you looking for that opportunity, and like you said,
I want to play.
Yeah, you want to play, deservedly so. You like you said, you won a championship. You got in the championship actually, and
I've scored NBA Finals points, baby.
Yeah, you got NBA Finals in the books points, and I'm talking about scored them quick. I'm talking about you reeled them off real quick. So I mean,
you best believe.
Yeah. So once we seen that, we already had the down this way. We already had the confidence. So once we seen that, we like, yeah, it's on, man. Like after that, blah blah blah. But like you say, so much politics. It's topsy turvy. Yeah. There's so much things going on. So many decisions being made and stuff like that. That
for sure.
You just end up doing what you got to do. So once you left Detroit, did you make a decision to just go overseas and just play?
I did. The thing about the money is, I mean, this is going to sound, it's NBA is great money, but I'm 30.
Yeah.
And in terms of life, I have a long life to live. In terms of basketball, I got 6 more years left, 6 more good years left. So I had some deals in the NBA going in after Detroit, but money is certain players where I'll make more money overseas than I will in the NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA looks better. I'm on TV, I'm doing this. But for me, that's not for me. I got kids, I got a family. That's not important to me anymore. Being on TV on Front Street. My thing is the league minimum, not to get too much in the finance part, the league minimum it goes by years. For me, it's like 1.5, 2 million.
Yeah.
After taxes, after I ship both my cars from here to here, after I pay for it, now I have to get an apartment. I have a house in Atlanta. Now I have to get an apartment here. You spending money.
Yeah,
overseas, you getting some of them same deals. They give you an apartment. They give you a car.
Yeah.
I ain't got no rent. I ain't got no nothing. And I'm playing. Over here, I'm on the court. I'm playing. I'm having a good time. I'm not competing with the politics. I know I'm better than all 5 of these guys, but his agent and the coach agent and the GM agent, they all got the same agent. I don't want to. At 30, I don't want to deal with that. If there's a good deal out there for me, I would come back. It's crazy. If I could get back on the court and share an NBA court with Davion, for me that'd be dope. At this point, it's my last 5 of my career, man. I'm trying to cash out.
Oh yeah, I feel you, man. I see that you have guys who went overseas. Lance Stevenson and a host of other good players went overseas and played. Maxey, I think Maxey is over there. It's a good bit of good NBA players, and some of them are funneling back because I think these teams, kind of push talent overseas, and now you kind of need these guys.
I'll give you an example. Shane Larkin. You know Shane Larkin.
Yeah, Shane Larkin.
Shane Larkin makes 14 mil over there. 2 years, 14 mil. That's $7 million a year. Yeah. Shane makes more than 80% of the NBA. For Shane to come back here and make 1 year, $2 million after taxes, why would he do that? He's losing $5 million.
Yeah.
Over here to be a third point guard, the starter, the backup, then Shane. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, I'm in the NBA? That don't make no sense. You gotta think, you would have 3 max guys. When I was on the Wizards, the NBA, the cap of the team is, back then might have been 100 million. John
Mm.
Wall made 47. Brad made like 25. We had somebody else who made like 16, 17. That's $80 million between 4 players.
Mm.
Now we have to. That's $80 million. So $20 million has to go around your next 13 guys. So if
Wow.
your NBA, if your cap is at 100 million, you know what I'm saying? You don't got no. There's not. And you got
Yeah.
4 guys who make 80. Ain't no room to make.
Ain't no room. Yeah.
Yes.
That's yeah, man. That thing brutal then, man. I mean, it's a brutal process. How do you feel about this when it comes to the NBA? We're gonna get back to your overseas team, but I just wanted to ask, how do you feel about this, man? Do you feel like lineage kind of gets in the way in that process, because it's like, okay, this guy has a certain lineage, but it's probably about 12, 13 dudes I know in college that's better than him, but he's such and such uncle, nephew, or such and such son or whatnot. Do you think that kind of get in the way?
100%. I was told from I ain't gonna say the name, from a team that told me they wanted me there. They said he's gonna take minutes from our 23-year-old. They said Jordan's 30, he's 23. If Jordan comes, he's gonna play, and now that stunts the growth of this 23-year-old that we're trying to grow. So some teams like the Lakers, like Bron likes to have veterans around him. There's a few other teams that got a lot of vets. But a lot of these teams, man, they just going young. I mean, that's just what
young.
That's the name of it. I was told for the draft I was too old. I'm like, bro, I'm 20, 22. 20. Like, how would y'all want me to be?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that Davion was coming in at the age he was coming in, but when I talked to his uncle Derek, he was like, "Man, Davion could play one more year, but it wouldn't make any sense. He'd be too old." And I was like, "Well,
Crazy to
really?"
say.
Yeah, he said he'd be old, man. So he got to go now. So 1 year is the difference in too old. But
Deontay 23 and 20 that is millions of dollars.
Yeah. But Deontay from Oregon just got drafted. He's like 25, 26.
I mean, you got something, like you say, 30 NBA teams. All teams ain't gonna be the same, but the vast majority of them teams, they can go back. They will make the same. They'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you're winning in college, you know that obviously helps.
Yeah, that helps.
With the way Davion went out, his age at that point, it didn't matter.
Yeah,
but if you had a middle of the pack team that in the NCAA tournament you barely scratch the surface and you're 23, 24, you got to win and you got to play extremely well.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, the way Davion went in, you kind of knew that he was going to be a top draft pick, because it's like, okay, they went last year. They was number one team last year. COVID killed that. Now they coming back. They won the championship. Defensive player of the year. Man,
and now not only was he doing it on the defense, and then his defense is what everybody's trying to look at. Now they're like, damn, on offense he good. We knew that the whole time. But on offense, knew that he's just as good as he is on defense.
Yeah. So I mean that was an amazing thing to see. So man, getting to your new team, and I'm gonna say this before I get to your new team. You do you feel like you created that pathway for a guy like Davion and Will and stuff like that?
I do, and for me, that's a dope feeling, man. You know, the conversation, and I love to have a conversation. Oh, who did Davion, Jordan, Little Rich? I love the conversation. You know, who's better? I don't, whatever. But the fact that I could have been the one that they kind of saw from that area to go, and to see Davion do what I did times 10. I got drafted. He goes first round. He goes top. He's a lottery pick. He's shaking a man's hand. You know what I'm saying? When you're an older guy, that's what you're supposed to. That's what I'm supposed to want. I'm not supposed to want to be the only one and nobody else get drafted. Nah, you're supposed to let people see you do it. Now the other kids can see that Davion did it. I'm an older guy now. I went and talked to the kids at Lewis Frazier now. I'm like, man, these kids, they don't know who I am, but they know Davion now. So I mean, that's it's cool though. That's dope. I'm proud of him, man. I think everybody is.
Yeah, everybody is. So, man, where are you currently playing? I heard you told me you was in France, and I was like, man,
Yeah,
this joking in France. 'Cause when I talked to you, you was
yeah,
like,
I
man,
was a
I'm in
friend.
France
Yeah,
right now, and I was like, okay, what are you doing out there?
yeah, man.
But
I'm playing there this year. Just the 1 year deal this year. I'm
mm-hmm,
home right now. I had a little procedure on my knee, so I'll be
mm-hmm,
back playing about the middle of next month. But
okay.
nah, man, it's cool, man. I'm like, I can see the Eiffel Tower from my from the window of my apartment in France. So I mean, so just being able to have those experiences, it's dope.
That's what's up. And basketball is playing and paying for your plane ticket right now. That's what's
Hey
up.
man, the
And it's something
basketball's
you love.
round. It is round and going to the basket, no matter where I'm at.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. That was up. So, I mean, what are you doing right now, man? You preparing to go back? You rehabbing? You done?
Yeah, I'm rehabbing. So like I said, man, I'm trying to, me changing my diet. Just in my last 5 years, 6 years, I'm trying to make
Mm-hmm.
it the best. Been working on my team a lot while I've been home. My AU team this year. So I mean,
Yeah.
everything's cool.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, speaking of AUT, I heard about seeing you post something on
Mm.
Facebook about it. That's something that I see you diving into. Um,
Man,
what is the the whole format of that right now? Like, what's going on with that?
the motivation. Well, first uh, Rico, Money, B Hayes. We've all talked about it in our group chat for years, and we always wanted to
Mm,
do it. And now with my new agency, shout out to them. I'm in a position now where I can do it. And the motivation behind that for me is, like you said, I have a lot of knowledge and a lot of in this game from the start of AAU to being a pro. But my thing is, when we played with the Kings, Coach Jesse, they did as much as that they could for us.
mhm.
But my career took off when the Atlanta Celtics saw me, and I got a chance to be on the Atlanta Celtics. I was flying in planes for the first time for AU tournaments. But my thing was, I don't get into I was the best or at the time, but I got an opportunity that everybody doesn't get. The Atlanta
Yeah,
Celtics got me. The Georgia Stars got Davion. Our careers took off from there.
yeah,
But the problem with that is for me, I can name 10 guys off the back of my hand. If they would have got that same opportunity I have, I wouldn't be the only person
yeah.
who's done what I've done thus far. So I want to bring that feel of that professional AAU team where we can be in the biggest tournaments where our parents don't have to give out $350. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Back then, we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had to stand
do it.
outside of Walmart from
Yeah,
10 o'clock in the afternoon till 5 o'clock,
collecting money.
collecting money.
Yeah.
I'm in a position now where, shout out to Kyrie Irving. He gave a donation to my AU team. Shout out to
Okay.
Josh Richardson. He gave a
Okay.
donation to my AU team. Raekwon, Lil Rich. The list goes on to people who believe in what we're
Yeah.
trying to
Shout out
do.
to them guys, man. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
and they know the small town. It can be tough. Conrad, you can name 5 guys. If you put them on that national scale back
Oh
then when
yeah.
they was in their prime to play, they would have got Division I scholarships. Rico would have got one.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys they would have got
There's
one. So
a lot of guys, man.
a
Just
lot
got
of guys, but they just never
got
had the opportunity.
yeah,
I
they
got an
didn't.
opportunity. And what's so funny about that is not to backtrack. When the Atlanta Celtics called me, my parents, I was like, no. I said I don't want to go with them. I'm competing. I want to beat them Atlanta guys. My
Mm-hmm.
parents never interfere with basketball. That's the one decision they say, look, Jordy, you're going here. Like that's the end of it.
Mm.
And that's the one decision where I'm like, I look back and like that
They made
decision
the
my
right
parents made
decision.
for me. Yeah, it changed my life.
Yeah.
I'm playing in front of Coach K now, and like I said, Coach Jesse, they did as much as they could do. But
Yeah.
that national scale, so for me, I want to put 12, 13 guys together who love the game and who want to be on the next level. I
Mm-hmm.
tell people if this is something that you want to do to get your kid out the house because it's the summer and you don't want to sit in the house, this ain't for you.
Yeah.
I want the kids who are
Chasing.
like, yo, they chasing something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's NBA, whether it's I want to get in college for free. Because I know my parents, they couldn't have gave out $100,000, $200,000 a year for college.
Mm-hmm.
I know they could. I know I can speak for a lot of people in Hinesville.
Yeah, no.
That's the sports, man. We'll dive into this in a second, but we got to do a better job in, getting our kids ready in gyms and access. And we ain't,
agree.
so that ain't better than us. That ain't better than us. They have more gyms.
Access.
They got access.
Yeah,
they got access to
access.
stuff. So for me to be where I'm at in the places I've been, I'm like, yo, this is something I'm passionate about. I think Tashawn. I watched Tashawn. I think Tashawn can be one of the next ones to have a Division I scholarship and really make something happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think something like this. This is what I'm trying to create. I don't want to take from Hinesville now. I want to give to Hinesville. I want my AAU team to give out turkeys on Thanksgiving. I want them to give out toys on Christmas. You know what I'm saying? I want to host events in Hinesville. I did my Space tournament last year. I want to keep doing things like that, and I want the guys to realize, like, I'm going to make them do certain events, like a turkey thing. If you play for my AAU team, that's mandatory. And I'm doing that. One, we need to give back to our community. And two, when you get to college and NBA, these things are mandatory.
Yeah.
Once you have a 3-hour practice and you have to go to these hospitals and talk to these kids, you got to give out toys. You got to host. You have to do these things. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create that next level mentality on and off the court.
That's what's up, man. What's up? So, I mean, are you gonna dive straight into teams, or are you gonna start training some kids,
we're gonna start small. We're just doing 8th grade right now and 10th grade right now. The more support we get, I want to dive into it more. But I want to concentrate right now. My biggest thing was on, this 8th grade year is important. Sophomore year is important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So these are the kids I'm really trying to dive in with. But a lot of things that the parents had to worry about in the past, I wanna help that. Like, I'm gonna put some of these kids on a plane. We're gonna fly to Las Vegas and play. We're gonna go to Virginia and play. We're gonna go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Some of these same tournaments that LeBron James' son's in, you're gonna see these kids from Hinesville in. But I want the best of the best. I want people who got that dog, who can see Bron's son, like, okay, cool, that's him.
Yeah.
But dog, like,
I'm here
like,
too.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want.
That's what's up, man. I can appreciate that, man, because I'm not gonna lie. I noticed the same thing about the opportunities, and my son was playing. I was coaching him. Yeah, my son was playing Scott's All Stars, and then I was assistant coach, and then I became a coach of his team, and then I went on and got Red Storm Elite, and I was with Daryl, who was coaching Red Storm Elite. He was coaching the girls, and I started the boys program, and then next thing I know, he left me with the program, and I had like 5 teams and 5 boys teams, and I was coaching 2 of them, and I was like, dang, it was kind of overwhelming, but I wanted to take that squad and actually like make them an elite squad. I got them personalized jerseys, all that type of stuff. And then, it wasn't until we was on a tournament and I bumped into the guys who run We All Can Go. We was at a tournament. Matter of fact, it was a tournament that was going on in Augusta at the same time as Peace Jam. It's one of their little off-brand tournaments that they have for Peace Jam. We was in it. So CP Team, CP3, and all of those teams was there, but it wasn't their elite teams. So Tiger Campbell and what's my man's name? He played with Sacramento. He played with Tiger Campbell. I can't remember his name. The center kid. But anyway, they walked in and they was some of the top kids nationally at the time. And I'm like, dang, the dude, they was sitting right beside me. I didn't even notice it until Tiger Campbell moved and all the hair hit me. And I was like, oh, okay. And I ran up on the coach and talked to him like, man, what do you got to do to get in this position? And they don't tell you everything. They just like, man, you got to beat the best. You got to go
You
out here and
do.
compete with the best and beat the best. And now, even though that wasn't giving me the full ingredient, he was telling me you really just got to go out here and face these guys and see where you stand.
You
And
do.
that's what I end up doing. I end up investing my money into my team. I
You got to.
bought my way in because I knew I didn't have that top guy that everybody wanted, but I knew I had some guys. And I was like, man, I'm gonna go in here with my guys, and and it was the best experience for them because now we at tournaments. Zion Williams is there and stuff
That's
like
what you
that.
got to do.
Yeah, but I
That's
had
what
to
it is.
invest in that,
Yeah,
and my
it takes
wife was
time,
pissed with
man.
me about that. I ain't gonna lie, my wife was
It takes
pissed with me.
time, man. And like I said, like God has blessed me to be in a financial place where where I can really help.
Yeah,
And like I said, man, my thing is, I mean, not to knock any team that if we got to get in, you got to
yeah,
get it in.
yeah,
But for me, I don't want to ever ask a parent for $300
yeah,
or $500. I don't want to do that because I want concentrate on hoops, man. Let come in here. We're gonna get better. I'm gonna put you in a position where you gonna be playing. Like you may be on the court with some of the top people in the country. That is it is what it is. And we're gonna
mm-hmm.
go out there. We gonna hoop.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's up, man. I'm glad that you trying to. Well, not that you're trying, that you are gonna provide that for the Southeast Georgia, Liberty County, Hinesville, Midway, Walk-By Field,
Hey man, best.
Grant.
I want the best of the best. I want the
Yeah,
best of the best. No matter
yeah,
what area you in,
yeah.
South
No,
Georgia, I
you
want the best.
you want the best of the best. So and I'm glad you want to do it that way because we may not always have the best players right here in Hinesville, but we still can have that representation in a
Nah,
program.
we always need somebody there, but we always need somebody from Hinesville.
Yeah,
Hinesville got some dogs.
yeah,
Hinesville
it's a
got
dog.
some kids that they need Schumann how we had it.
Yeah. You're
They
right.
they need them gyms. They need them gyms where they can hoop. Me and Quez, me and Ryan ain't playing on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
They need the older homies. We don't have them no more. When I was in
Yeah,
Schumann,
yeah, you're right.
we stayed on court 2. Court 1 was some smoke. I wasn't
Yeah,
ready for that. But then all of a sudden, when they called out the list off for court 1, Jordan, Ryan, one of the older homies, LJ, Ricky Jones,
yeah,
they're signing our name on there for us.
yeah,
We in 8th grade playing against the seniors, the top seniors in our area.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm trying to get that old feel back, man. That soft,
Yeah,
not want to compete against each other,
yeah,
not want to. Man, we almost fought in practice every day. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Not saying that the fighting standard is what makes it, but we was competing that hard. That
Beating that hard.
you know what I'm saying? So I want to bring back that feel of that dog, man.
Yeah, that's how I was. Y'all had a different experience. I know me being in this area and knowing Jesse and all those guys. We went to Newman, and Newman has so many guys in the Army who played in college, played overseas before they got in the Army. And then you had the guys from this area coming from Savannah, coming from Hineville, coming from Brunswick, coming from all these other different counties, Statesboro and all that actually came here because there was so much hooping going on, and we was the only ones that really had gyms like that because of Fort Stewart, we had a lot of gyms.
Man, we used to get each other's trunk. Now look, I'm out here incriminate myself.
Yeah.
For us to get on posted Newman Gym, we ain't had no IDs.
Yeah.
Hop in somebody's trunk, man. We was getting to that gym. No
You
matter
gonna
what.
Yeah,
we gonna get to that gym.
Yeah, because that's where
have somebody open that back door on the side.
Yeah.
We running real fast. They come in, see the camera, try to figure out who it was. We didn't already change clothes. I'm in here now.
Man, that's crazy that it still was going on like that. By the time you were still in high school, it was still going on because we was doing the same thing in the 90s, man. We was sneaking in that gym or trying to get somebody to sign us in or whatever, man. And it was just to get to that competition that was up there.
Just to get to that hoop, for sure.
Yeah, man. So, hey, listen, man, we've been on here for a minute talking about a lot of things, man. Hopefully we can get you on here again, man. Before we go, man, is there anything that you want the audience at home to know? We got a couple of comments on here, people commenting already, but what is there anything that you want people to know about you in your career or you in your AAU program or how to contact you, anything?
First, just of my career, man, for just any youth who ever watched me, no matter what I've been through, ups and downs, I didn't quit. have those people, no matter what career you in, have those people that you can talk to, because it was times where I had my people. I have always had a Rico in my life. A couple times where we done text and I told him I'm done. I'm ready to be done. But you have those people that's gonna tell you, no, you ain't done yet. You need to keep working. So for my career, the test of my career, when it's all said and done, Jordan never quit. I did everything on the highest level. On your favorite player, I done dunked on him. I done gave him 30. You know what I'm saying? But no, real talk, man. I never quit. I stayed the course. Always worked. For my AU team, man, you can go to southgeorgiaelite.com. All your information will be on there. We named it South Georgia Elite because we obviously in South Georgia. I didn't want to name it 912 because you might have somebody who's not in the 912 who want to come play. It's open to everybody. I'm trying to find dogs. I'm trying to find people who's ready to commit, ready to go to college, ready to hoop. So, I mean, anything else about that, man? Y'all know me, man. I'm always in Hinesville. So,
yeah, that's
pretty much
man.
it.
That's what's up. All right, man. Well, that's what's up, man. Hey, like I said, man, it was a pleasure having you on, man. Hopefully, after your season, you know what I'm saying, we could probably chop it up some other time, and you can talk about your experiences overseas, how the season went, and things of that nature. But of course, diving into the AAU and how that's gonna evolve for you as well, man.
Sure.
So, hey, man, I appreciate you for joining me, man.
You, man.
Hey, man.
For sure.
It was a blessing, man, for us. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to tell everybody that's watching, man, shake the like button at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Give me some more comments. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what we need to do different on the show, man. Holler at Joe, man. Tell him, hey, how interested you was in the comment. Any negative stuff, I'm going to erase it. I'm just going to let you know. All right, man?
I'm used to it, man. Leave it on there. Shit.
Yeah. Oh well, then, hey, man. I'll leave it on there and let it ride, man. But I doubt it's gonna be anything negative, man. But hey, all cool, positivity, man. Hey,
thank you, man.
I appreciate you, man. And hey, man, peace to you, dog. And we'll see you next time you come down here, man.
Yes, sir. I'm hollering at you, man. Thank you.